That's your raid message? Oh my god. Okay. So let me just sorry, I gotta get some music on in here so because I don't want it to just be silent. That's not fun for anyone. Every time I go on her stream, I just am like, you guys do whatever it is you want to do and I'll make it work. I didn't expect to be going live solo. Okay. You know we're gonna put on Prism. I love Prism. Just gonna shuffle this. Oh, so that's what she was talking about when she goes to Target and the mother hen stuff and all that. Great. The best thing about streaming with Lala, I don't know if it's Lala for short or Lulu for short. I'm not gonna think too hard about it. Best part of streaming there is like we always have plans, and they're always like we're gonna tech test at this time. We're gonna go live at this time, and it's never the correct time ever. We're always late. Like someone forgets something. We were supposed to do it yesterday. Uh, didn't happen, and then today we were an hour late. So it's always an adventure. And now I'm here just like fighting, trying to make sure that my computer lives. Thank you for this complimenting the stickers. This is a nice array of things that I have gotten at various anime conventions that we've vended at over the years. So I've discovered, I was like, why is my computer chugging so bad right now? The Corsair client that makes my light up keyboard work was somehow taking up 1,000 megabytes of memory usage for my keyboard. So I think we might be in the clear now. If that was the problem this entire time, I'm actually going to be kind of upset that I didn't figure it out earlier. Yeah, you know, when the lights go around in a circle, it's very special. So they need to make sure that all of your computer memory is going to making sure that happens. You know, we're gonna do this the really, really lame, low-tech, old-fashioned way while I finish this step. I am literally gonna play music from my phone. So how's everyone's weekend? It's not the weekend, it's Wednesday. Oh my god, my... Ugh. This is gonna be a long week. I feel like that stupid captain, it's only Wednesday. Does anyone in this chat play the hit game Apex Legends, or am I just gonna have to deal with Lala slash Lulu slandering me constantly about it being lousy and her not liking it? Because I really want to get her on an Apex stream. I think it would be a riot. It would be terrible. We would lose very, very badly. All right, at least there's something here now. Put that up there. The gameplay is fun. It is Battle Royale is not for everyone, obviously, but it still has that Titanfall feel to it, and that's the only reason that I still give it the time of day. But you can imagine her attention span in a battle royale game is not that great. All right, now that I just had to set up a fresh stream that I wasn't expecting to have to set up with this bunch of janky ass sources, I guess I'll get to building. Thank you to your Wednesday night, which I thought was Friday already. We usually stream on Friday because I always end up staying here a little later. I'm on the East Coast, if you didn't know where Gundam Planet's based, so all the streams are generally in Pacific time, and I am in Eastern time. Honestly, Fortnite experience, if she got winner winner chicken dinner, that can unlock something. Like, your first win is like, oh my god, I just beat everyone, I'm the last one standing. And like, that's how they get you, especially with skill-based matchmaking. They try and put you against people who are a little bit like, you know, you're more likely to win the earlier on you are. So maybe they got their hooks in her that way, and I can translate that to Apex. Apex is way more like, Fortnite is casual enough that you can just like pick up the gun, shoot the gun, but Apex is so like, get the attachments, you need a barrel stabilizer, this one's blue, this one's purple, and manage your inventory. Like, it's kind of aggressive that way. But that's why I think it would be fun. I just have a feeling halfway through the first game, she would be unable to pick up anything. She would just have like a backpack full of grenades and attachments that she can't use. And just be like, why can't I pick anything up? Oh, my entire bag is sniper stocks. I cannot believe we were so close. We were so close to her finishing a model kit. As soon as it went off the rails, it was the spin. When she had to sit in the air fryer for 2 minutes and then the smelly bog, it's all over. I mean, it doesn't help that several pieces flew into the ether. Also, I know most of the viewers were people who, you know, rated from the end of that stream. If you are an actual Gundam Planet viewer, sorry for the confusing mid-stream start. We've been streaming for a couple hours with a colleague, not necessarily an affiliate, and not necessarily anyone who's sponsored. And I'm working on the special Apex Legends edition of the RG Epion that's in the altar colors. Which, honestly, if you look at this is just like they're reusing the Miku plastic color. They're getting their miles out of that. This is actually a really cool thing. We're trying to get them. The company only distributes in Japan, though, so I actually got this on my trip to Japan. It is a like multi-purpose, has this drawer, so that when the nubs go in there, you can just empty the drawer. It has this nipper holder, and the backing can be used to hold the manual, so you can like clip a light on here. It's a really, really nice like all-purpose workstation, and they make a bunch of different designs. We're trying to get them so that we can sell them too, because it's my favorite tool. Like, it's my favorite thing I've ever bought. Well, maybe not my favorite thing I've ever bought, but like definitely the most useful hobby accessory that I have. Also, for interested Gundam Planet viewers, I am testing out the Doloha acrylic markers. We are going to try and carry these, so I'm giving them a shot before we do that. But you can see how easily they go on and like how consistent this red is. Like, focus, please. Like, that shine, that's acrylic on a metallic marker. Like, that's as good as Gundam marker red. So I'm very impressed with that. I also used it to put the silver on here where the stickers were. You can see that reflection. Very nice. I forgot I had to switch gears from like I'm just bullshitting with a maniac VTuber to like, oh yeah, this is a Gundam Planet stream. It is gonna be a short one though, because as I mentioned, I'm on the East Coast, so probably gonna get out of here in like 25 minutes. But until then, I'm gonna build as much as I can, and if anyone has questions, if anyone has, you know, looking to check out anything about the business, or even if you have a question about a product, like a pre-order, I can look into all that while I'm live. It's the very rare opportunity to get live customer service from a small business. Guarantee you Amazon affiliates wouldn't do that. Hello, Corel. On both channels. Are you watching on YouTube and Twitch? That's so... Thank you. Thank you for viewing, for boosting our metrics. Are you going to be here this Saturday? We got a kit for you. The annoying thing about this pre-production model, it can come with stickers. So that's what I'm making do. It also didn't come with a manual. That's why I'm using this manual from a regular Epion, and I have to check what the sticker color is every time they tell me to put one on so I can use these markers. Man, I should have left the Xbox 360 running. I could have just switched over to Mech Assault like I was planning this entire time. Ah! We're actually, I don't know if anyone's in the DC metro area, but we're going to be at Otakon again, and we're going to do a couple extra panels this year. Last year we were just doing, we did Inside the Industry, we did Intermediate Workshop and Beginner Workshop. We're also going to do a couple special interest ones. We're going to do about, like, the forgotten Bandai models of the 2010s, and we're going to do, obscure mecha games of the Sega Saturn through the GameCube. So we're excited for that. I'm going to be playing Phantom Crash on stream to try and get some footage for that. No! I almost pulled a Lala and just sent a piece into the abyss. My gosh, how do you only have one day off in an entire month? I think I'd go crazy. That's impressive. Alright, now I have my selection of pieces here. The problem with what I've done here is that some of these look very the same. And sorry we can't be open Sunday, and I don't think we ever will be. Like, even if we are allowed to be open Sunday, that's not really something that I want to do to my staff. Like, obviously we can rotate our staff, and like, oh, you get Sunday off, and someone else covers Sunday this time, but like, in a small business, there's a different kind of day off, where you know that no one else is working, and you don't have to think about it. Like, even if I'm off on a Saturday, still checking emails, still checking Google reviews, still checking sales, still making sure that, everything's running smoothly. So I don't really want to deprive all of our staff of one of the days of peace that we get. Ooh, transformation gimmick. See, like, when you're asking how long one of these takes, this is 4 pieces, and it's this tiny, tiny little portion of the waist. I think there were 4 pieces in the entire leg of the Cinderace. So it's just like, there's much more going on. Not to belittle how hard she was working. obviously. I would never do that. Well, okay, I would do that, but not while she's not here to defend herself. How about that? It is kind of crazy that they just made. I think that Jeremy would know, but he's not here. I think there's actually a sequel to Phantom Crash. It's not called Phantom Crash 2, but they did make a second one, and it just like didn't do very well. So the franchise died. But like, it is like oddly classic. The game I'm excited to look into is Tech Romancer, which is a crazy mech fighting game for Dreamcast. I think it's the spiritual successor to Cyberbots, I think. What the heck? Okay. Yeah, Street Lancer Arena. I think you're right. Yeah. How many pieces does this set have? I don't know how many pieces, honestly, because the manufacturer doesn't count in pieces, but it has one, two. It has 12 runners and roughly like 30 to 40 on each. So you're probably looking at 500 pieces ish. I may have put this one on upside down. I did. That's the other. They're so small, and sometimes they fit in multiple orientations, so you have to be super, super careful. Like I wasn't when you're following the instructions. This is also a very difficult piece to remove, so you're gonna have to give some time and attention to this. Building these models, like, they don't really make, not the brands I do anyway, they don't really make metal models. Like, sometimes the inner frame is metal, but I feel like that creates more problems than it's worth because there's so much, it's so heavy then. And then you're putting more strain on the joints, and, like, the armor might not fit as well because, it's different materials. And, like, with the extra weight and the friction in, like, the peg joints, it can just create more problems. So I don't really like when it has metal joints. Gotta go back and make sure I do this right this time. That's better. It's funny because Bandai did make a brand of items called Metal Build, and so everyone's like, "Oh, you build them and they're metal," and it's like, "Nope, they're figures. You don't build them at all. They just called them Metal Build because they're built of metal, I guess." So don't get fooled by those. Those are pre-assembled figures. They are sick, but here, I'll actually show you. You asked since the biggest. So this is actually, I started this the first time that I streamed with Lala. I haven't finished it yet because it's not very high priority. But this is the shield of, and this is the gun, goes across the entire screen. For the model I was working on last time, this is 1/35th scale, and this one is 1/144th scale. So you can compare the two. This is definitely the biggest. This is massive. Yeah, that's definitely the biggest one. Yeah, you can get one of the metal build Mikus. We will have those. They're sick. They're also just hundreds of dollars, which I wish they weren't so expensive. I could put metal build Miku in the chat, so everyone can be shocked at how expensive it is. And this is like, we did not mark this up. This is what Bandai wants us to charge. Just so you can gasp in horror. It's so cool. But they're made in China, so they got annihilated by tariffs. That's the saddest part of all of it, is how they used to be, $250 to $300 figures tops, and now everything is just crazy. This is honestly the most of a model kit I've ever built on stream, because usually I get easily distracted. But I had to lock in for this. It's a special occasion. You don't always get to build limited edition Apex Gundams on stream. The one thing that I never build in order of the manual ever. I'm just like, I do not want to build the head first and then the legs. Like, I want to do torso, waist, legs, so then I can stand it there. Then I do the backpack, and then I finish it out in order. I should have done weapons and accessories first, but there is literally only one weapon, and it's a big sword. That's not going to take too long. This thing actually goes together really fast for a real grade. I have not built the real grade Epion before. If you believe that. This is sick. I love these colors. This kit has not been released yet. I believe it's coming in October. It might be August. I'm not sure. I don't remember. It depends on where you pre-ordered it also, because there was the Apex store and there was the Bandai store. But this is a pre-production that I was provided. A lot of the places that got these early were like video game reviewers, so I guess they had to get some actual like Gunpla stores involved too, because you give this to a video game person, they're kind of like, well, what am I looking at here? Gotta get my seltzer on. Okay. I don't know if I really want to. Oh, man. It's Tomorrow's Thursday, right? I think that what I'm going to do, since I'm at a good stopping point, and I was planning on stopping at about 8:30 anyway, when I was still on with Lala, Miss Lulu, Ms. Lalu. Well, anyway, I'm going to call it now, but I am going to try and finish this, or at least get like a good amount done Friday. Because I like Friday streams, close out the week. I don't need to worry about what's going on in the warehouse. So I'll be back then. I appreciate all of you for sticking around even after she left, and even if you don't subscribe. And to all of you who joined at 8:10, sorry it was a short one. I was all set up, but I was halfway through a step, and I didn't want to stop going. So I appreciate everyone stopping by. And again, if you weren't in the Lala stream, you can use her code on our site. Just code LalaLulu. Put it in chat. Now through the weekend. So if there's anything you want, use that. It goes away after the weekend though, because otherwise coupon code sites get it and all the fun's ruined. So take advantage while you can. Other than that, I will see you next time. Thank you all for chilling.